Hi guys, it's Shanae and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reacting to episode 3 of Beyond Evil. I am so terrified for how this episode is going to proceed, considering where the second episode left off. Like, this I think is going to determine my entire outlook on the series. I just hope it's a good one. We shall see. Anyway, before we do get into it, I just want to say a quick massive thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members. If you're interested in joining either of those for early access and uncut reactions, the links for it will be in the description below, along with my social media and my PO box. And if you want to subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. I feel so bad for suspecting him, but there's just that small part of my brain that's still like, you never know, because his grief does seem genuine, but there are murderers who also like show genuine grief for what they've done, so that doesn't necessarily rule him out either. But I'm gonna hold off on that theory for now, because it just... Yeah, I was about to say that. I can kind of understand her being put off, because every single time I see the butcher shop, it's usually like juxtaposed by the actual murders, and it's not a fun connection. But also the reason why, like, even if it's not her father who's doing all this, it feels like it has to be someone in their circles. If it isn't like Dongsik like it seems to be at the moment, because it's always connected to their group in some way, shape or form. This camera angle is... like, the fact that it's a Dutch tolt is concerning me, because we've had the Dutch tolt before at a point where I was like, oh, is there something wrong within the police station? And I didn't say it at that point, and then I was mad at myself. So the fact that we now have a Dutch tolt again, when we have had acknowledgement that they use it purposefully, is concerning to me, shall we say? I'm assuming the other person is the woman that he hasn't acknowledged yet. Like the one that he recognized the ring of but didn't tell him. I'm really struggling to understand if the visuals are his own self-loathing being played out visually. Wow, well done. But like, you know how sometimes someone will dream and they will show it visually, and I wonder if this is kind of more that as well, rather than it literally like happening. You know, I think kind of like how they did with Manner of Death, when they were playing out the cases with the different suspects and how they would do it, regardless of who was actually the suspect. I really enjoy the music of the show as well. Like, this Undevil Judge has just been doing the most with everything. Why? What are you planning on doing? I would be scared if my friend requested something like that of me.
동식이 널 2번이라는 거 민정이야? 내가 뭘? 네가 민정이를 내가 민정이를?
See, and this is the thing, is like he's not helping his case by acting dodgy like he is. But can you imagine having your friend suspect you of multiple murders?
그렇게까지 내가 지금 여기 있으면 안 되는 이유가 뭐야? 저거 뭐야, 동식아?
Just communicate.
너도 도착했지? 지하 진술 녹화실로 와.
너도 도착했지?
Yeah, that tells you exactly who was just here, doesn't it?
괜찮아? 이 와중에 괜찮아라니.
It's kind of an automatic thing. Even when you know people aren't okay, you're just like, are you okay? As in, are you coping? Do you need anything? That can all be encompassed in, are you okay?
담당 수사관이 수사에 감정적으로 접근하면 안 되죠.
그게 왜?
그게 왜?
형사가 감정적으로 접근하면 왜? 돈독한 친분, 가족 같은 관계 왜?
Yeah, it's difficult because on the one hand you can argue that, you know, emotions can get in the way, which is very true, but a lot of detectives who have gotten emotionally attached to cold cases have been the reason why those cold cases ended up absolved. So I think it hinders as much as it benefits in a lot of cases.
강민정이 마냥 파출소를 떠난 23일 19시 이후부터 신체 일부가 발견된 다음날 05시 13분까지 피해자를 목격하거나 만난 사실 있습니까?
없습니다.
주장을 뒷받침할 사람이나 증거는
You're supposed to be sitting as a testifier, not as an interrogator. I know it's very frustrating, but you're the one who's like stick to the rules, so follow your own advice.
종점에서 있구나. 그때가 몇 시지?
11시.
그럼 23시 이후부터는 없는 거네.
23시 이전 행적을 뒷받침할 사람이 담당 수사관이다.
Yeah, this is the problem. Why am I finding this funny? I'm stressed.
20년 만에 범인이 다시 나타나서 같은 수법의 범죄를 저질렀습니다.
I mean, when you put it like that, I agree that that is a reasonable conclusion to make. So, they, like, even if it's not something that they want to hear, and even if they feel that, like, this is too ridiculous to consider, they have to give him props that logically make sense. At least to me. Just because they personally know the people.
형사가 아니다.
수사관 교체해 주십시오. 저는 그 후에 협조하겠습니다.
한주영 경위 자리에 앉아요.
The thing is, I hate that they're treating him like he is the odd one out, because what he said is perfectly reasonable. He has like reason to be uncomfortable with the fact that everyone knows each other and has reason to lie for each other. Like if you look at quite a few real life criminal cases, there are many times when like political figures got away with things simply because of who they knew at the time. So again, it's not unreasonable. If they have reason to believe that Dong-sik is completely like innocent in this, and they're not telling him their reasons, then it's on them for not giving him all the information to make a proper conclusion with. So
지금 한주영 경위는 27살의 건장한 청년이잖아요.
분명 아까 동일범의 소행이라고.
난 그런 적이 없는데.
yeah, he didn't.
서고의 자료 같은 건 남아있지도 않은데.
그래요? 정말? 근데 그걸 경위님이 어떻게 하시나?
오케이, 동식아, 그만해.
Was he putting the files back the other day? So that if that accusation was made, then when other people went to check, suddenly they would be there again? because he did remove some papers from his walls that in one of the earlier scenes, and I thought maybe that was just like an emotional moment, but
설마 서고에 없는 걸 경위님이 발견해서 하는 거다라고 말할 건 아니죠? 그건 되게 변명처럼 들리잖아.
they're really testing each other
그러니까
out here.
모방범의 서행이고 그 모방범이 나다?
심지어 그 사람이 이번에 발생한 두 건 모두의 참고인이죠. 피해자들의 최초 발견자.
The thing is, they weren't. Neither of them were. Poor guy who's traumatized by the skeleton was the one who found the victim first.
교과서 애들이 아무리 난국인데도 이 여자 신원 밝히는 건 어려울 테니 초반엔 모방범으로 버무려서 미제로 정리하면 되겠네.
한주원이 모방범이다. 그렇게 정리할까요?
Yeah, because then it actually ends up like leading straight to him, which was the opposite of what was intended. So
아무도 다니지 않는 이른 새벽 시간에 우리 집 앞에 계셨지? 손가락이 발견된 현장에서 얼마 떨어지지 않은 우리 집 말이야.
that's the truth.
오늘 날짜로 문주서 지하 서구안 복도 그리고 서구안 CCTV 빼주세요. 아버지가 좋아하시는 그 또라이 이성적 합리적인 방법으로 잡으려고요.
Yeah, but okay, like I can kind of see where he's going with this, because if he can prove that Dong-sik was messing around with the case reports, then that might like be cause for suspicion. He might also lose his job, but that doesn't necessarily connect too much to the case. I don't know. What was that look? Is he scared of finding another body, or what was that? He's acting very suspiciously and also very strange, because say from here it kind of looks like he's cleaning up a crime scene, but why would he then set up a camera to film him while he's cleaning up said crime scene, you know? So that yeah, I'm so confused here. It's really starting to look like he is the murderer, and I'm just like, how am I gonna survive?
이런 말하면 나만 냉혈한 같은데 산 사람은 살아야지.
그럼 민정이는 죽은 건가? 그런 거니? 동식아.
The fact that all of them think he did it, I'm like, this is really concerning behavior from friends. And we've never really gotten a clear answer as to why everyone suspected him of his sisters and the other girl's murder in the first place, have we?
너도 의심했잖아. 민정이가 죽은 걸 어떻게 확신하는지 너도 물어봤잖아.
의심했어. 나는 경찰이니까.
그래, 나도 경찰이니까.
친구인 박정재는 어때?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're his friend too, so why are you guys having this conversation?
20년 전에도 지금도 친구인 박정재는 이동식이 범인 아니라고 생각해.
Why are you guys lying to each other's faces?
이 경찰 아저씨는 본 적 없다니까. 지난번에 말했잖아요.
The way that they're like very slowly giving us a little bit of information. It's very interesting, but it's driving me nuts at the same time. It feels very strange to me, the interaction between the two friends. It kind of feels like when you're trying to suss out if the person that you're talking to is in on the same secret as you, but you don't want to say it because then obviously you'll be giving it away if they are, or if they're not feeling like, it feels like that kind of a dynamic where both of them are trying to figure the other one out but not wanting to give their thoughts away for fear of being judged, and so they talk across from each other, kind of. Because if we're being real here, both of them suspect Dong-sik. It's perfectly acceptable to be like, I don't want to believe that he would do this. I don't want to believe that my friend would do this. And just leave it at that. Because that says, a part of me feels like it might be him, but the little part of me just can't and doesn't want to believe it.
몰라. 모르겠어.
마사지 나갔는데 이 사람이 손님이면 숫자 1 찍어서 문자 줘요. 제가 바로 갈 겁니다.
Sorry, the weather is really rough, but I need to continue filming, so I hope it's not too much of a bother.
문자 가면 그때 내일 집다.
이금아 씨 불법 체류 중인데 법원에 이름 올라가도 괜찮겠습니까?
Legal alien? I'm assuming that's just an expression and we're not actually dealing with aliens in a show that I've, up until this point, thought was completely without supernatural elements. So it's looking more and more like I was in denial for nothing, and we indeed have Dong-sik being the murderer. That's great. Because if it wasn't Dong-sik, she wouldn't have replied with one, right?
야 뭐야? 거기 확인해봐. 야 오지 마.
Well, there's a phone. So it was turned off. Yeah, well, if Dong-sik isn't guilty, he's doing a mighty fine job of making it look like he is.
이희연 씨가 돌아왔네요? 형사가 가지고 온 겁니까? 아니면 박경희님이 되돌려 놓은 겁니까?
예, 다른 사건 박스에 들어있더라고요.
Ah, wow, you're a really bad liar. Like a really bad one.
공범 이동식, 박정재 두 사람 공범입니까?
야, 네가 동식이랑 같이 있었다는 걸 어떻게 증명할 거야? 어? 증인 있어?
What, so they can't, like, how many witnesses do you need in order to make a witness viable?
아, 그거 오랜만이네. 말 안 들으면 그때처럼 두들겨 패서 주저앉히실 건가? 아이고, 뭘 또 꿈찔해요.
The more you learn about this police chief, the less stellar he seems.
범인 자백 못 받고 해결할 수 있어요. 어떻게든 받아내야지. 괴물 같은 새끼들 잡기 위해서는 괴물이 되는 거 말고는.
I'm gonna say something insane, and I'm not gonna like it because it still makes Dong-sik out to be a form of a villain, a monster, like he said. But combining the possibility of Dong-sik being the murderer and the guy who I originally suspected, the girl's father, if he thought, and he was like basically 100% sure that her father was the person who was killing everyone, and he wanted to lure the man out into taking action, by copying the man's own crime and inflicting that onto his daughter. That would for sure make him a monster.
너하고 나 공범이냐고 묻더라.
출근할게요. 소장님 말씀이 맞아요. 가뜩이나 바쁠 텐데 내가 없으면 내 파트너가 힘들죠.
There's just so many things that aren't right in the situation.
이 형사님 마음 편치 않으시잖아요. 조카나 다름없는 강민정 씨가 그렇게 됐으니까.
Oh, they're gonna kill each other. I am so stressed.
강력계 형사분들 항상 입에 달고 사는 말도 있지 않습니까? 범인은 현장에 반드시 다시 나타난다.
You guys don't think you're being a bit obvious?
오지합니다. 지금 서로 들어오시죠.
왜?
우주시 만양읍에 처음 오는 게 언제입니까?
16일 전에 만양파출소에 전임 보고하러 왔습니다.
그 전에는 여기 이 지역에 발들인 적 없고요.
7살 때쯤인가 몇 번이
Oh! The phone that they found, was it not the girl's phone? Was it the woman who he used as bait? Was it her phone? And obviously it traced back to him because he's the one who gave it to her.
대포폰인데 통화한 기록은 단 한 통도 없더라고요. 문자 발신 기록만 3건 있는데 모두 함정경이한테 보낸 거예요. 함정경이 강현정 정말 몰라요?
모릅니다.
Just tell the truth. I know you can't, but at the same time I really want you to.
앞으로 계속 경제통으로 가는 것도 나쁘진 않지만 저 위까지 올라가려면 두루두루 경험이 좀 필요하지 않나? 마침 본주지청에서 강력 전담하는 형사 2부 말이야. 부장이네 고등학교 후배인데.
Isn't that some kind of crime like bribery or something like that? Doesn't that count?
방을 옮긴데도 아시다시피 제가 사람도 잘 못 보고 큰일 하긴 그릇이 작아서요. 형사 2부 부장님께서는 아끼는 에이스가 따로 있습니다.
His smooth way of trying to play it down.
나오면 안 되는 뭔가가 있나 본데.
지역구에서 이런 큰 사건이 발생했는데 내가 사무실에 가만히 앉아만 있을 수가 있어야죠.
마음 써줘서 감사합니다.
Oh, is this the woman who we saw being like focused on keeping the town crime free? I can't remember if she was the president or what, or mayor.
내가 남인가? 응? 나도 경찰 가족, 카 패밀리잖아요.
She's
패밀리가 도와야지.
the archivist's mother, right?
주시는 것만으로도 힘이 납니다. 그치? 예, 맞습니다.
다들 우리 아들 같아가지고.
Yeah, your mom's here, run.
얼굴도 봤어? 어? 몇 안 되는 인원으로 실종자 수색하느라 얼마나 힘들면 마음 아파.
Okay, wait, who was the man with the walking stick? Are we not going to get an answer on that?
이래서 우리 지역구에도 자치경찰청 이걸
Should I recognize him?
하세요. 그 인간 손 다시 잡지 마시라고요. 이게 누구야? 오랜만이다 지호야. 야, 너 진짜 형사 된 거야?
We're going to get some context.
너랑
Hold
못한 거 다시
on.
하려고.
이사를 왜 가? 당신이?
20년 전에 여기서 우리 지호 만나서 연애하고 결혼하고 이혼하느라 못한 거 다시 하려고.
Yet another person who was here 20 years ago and is now back.
국가수에서 휴대폰 검사한 결과 나왔어. 경찰에 넘어가기 전에 내가 받아서 너한테 전화한 거다 임마.
손주사는 어떻게 알았어? 아버지가 얘기하셨어?
Oh, I forgot he has this weird relationship with June's father.
어머나 새끼. 그걸 네 번호로 봐도? 함정수사 단독으로 진행해서 범인 체포하면 네 공인 건 세상이 다 알아야겠지. 그래서 대포번 안 쓰고 네 번호 알려준 거지. 내가 짬판이다. 내가 생각하는 대로 된다. 이건 무조건 성공이다.
Okay, but like it seemed like this happened a while ago. So even though obviously he's not right in this and it's clear that he regrets what he did, he was young and he obviously made a stupid mistake that he is paying for now dearly, so you can just calm down.
새끼까지 정신 못 차렸네. 언론에서 냄새 맡으면 정황만으로도 넌 유죄야. 잡혀 들어가지 않아도 그걸로 끝이라고. 내가 너 같은 오만한 새끼 때문에 성장자를 눈앞에 두고 미끄러져야겠어? 어?
Father of the Year. But this feels very much like how Dong-sik was condemned as well, all through the press's judgments and not through the actual courts. Even though in this case we know that he is guilty of what they're going to accuse him of.
휴대폰 말이야. 민정이 채취으로 뭐. 그게 왜 거기 있었을까? 사는 샅샅이 다 뒤졌는데 민정이 흔적 하나 발견 못했잖아.
Yeah, and it's weird that she would, like, her scent would be attached to that phone. Like, she would be so far removed from where I'm assuming the crime originally took place.
그동안 수고 많으셨습니다. 안녕히 가십시오.
웃어?
네?
마음대로 할 수 있겠다 싶어.
한경이님 무슨 오해가 있으시고.
Oh, this is so frustrating.
너이 새끼. 너 취해. 저 안에 다 경찰인데. 와, 빨리. 저기 지켜서 좋을 거 없잖아.
Guys, I am so freaking stressed and confused. Seems like the camera was disconnected. I really don't like this. Like, this is scaring me. I mean, it's midday and I'm still terrified. But also, what is he thinking confronting a possible murder suspect in the dead of night? Probably without telling anyone what he's doing, alone. Guys, I'm so scared. It's way too dark. I wish they'd lit it better so you can just see at least a little bit of what the hell's going on. I'm stressing like mad. He's gonna be behind him, isn't he?
아니 아무리 그래도 그렇지 이건 말이 안 되잖아.
팀장님, 제가 할게요.
이동식 경사.
You're under arrest.
당신을 강민정 납치 및 상해 용의자로 긴급 체포합니다.
이동식 긴급 체포. 문주사로 이송 중.
Okay, so either he genuinely just is the murderer, totally possible, all the signs point to him, but because all the signs point to him, my brain is rebelling against it a little bit, because obviously in real life, if all the signs point to you, 99% of the time it's you. But because this is a crime show, you kind of expect them to hold some things close to the vest, to mislead you, to make you think things are one way when they're actually another. So that's why I'm like, not all of me is convinced that he is the guilty party, but it's possible that someone is framing him. But the thing is, the place that he cleaned out, that is what's confusing me. I'm completely befuddled. I feel like I'm missing the obvious here. Maybe the obvious is just that I should accept the fact that he is in fact the murderer. I just feel like there's so much more than what we're currently seeing, and I can't help but wonder how that would change what we know now. This show is thoroughly throwing me around. I hope you guys still enjoy it regardless of all my insane theories, and otherwise I'll see you guys again next time. Zedin.